Okay. Gotcha. So she's just saying that she happens to. Yay!
Hello.
That was easy.
Now you've got something new for your next comedy routine, right?
Oh my goodness. Am I that technologically misaligned? I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry about that, guys.
No, it's not you. This is our third live interview with the
And third
speakers
problem.
and third technical issue. So don't worry about it.
We're always learning, right? So
Yes,
Yeah.
that's life for us. It's so nice to see your pretty face. We were
Yes.
so
just
nice
trying
to
to
see
tell.
you.
I don't know how much you got heard us saying that we hadn't met you yet, and that we found out about you through our good friend Sime.
Mhm.
And at first, so this is really funny. Simmone actually, when we had been in contact, I turned her down essentially because I thought she wanted to do comedy. And we have the beautiful Molly Openshaw, who was our MC, and she's a comedian. So I thought, okay, well, I don't want two female comedians. So I said, well, I'm sorry, next one, because we plan doing this every year. And then she's like, no, that's not what I want to talk about. And we were like, okay. So then she sent me a video of what she wanted to do, and it was wonderful. So we were like, done, you're in.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate
so
it.
honored. So why don't you tell us a little story about yourself, kind of like how you from child into philanthropy.
Absolutely. So I had a pretty good childhood. I was born and raised in Toronto. Good family, great friends, but of course not without its share of childhood trauma. I don't think anyone's really immune to that. And so I navigated my way through life, desperately trying to make my parents happy, and live up to this ideal, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was pretending a lot my whole life until around the age that I was approaching 30. And I don't even look like I could be 30, but
You don't.
yeah, so I say it was around the time that I was turning 30 that I finally uh, took life into my own hands. And I realized that the person I was trying to be was not actually me. And I realized that I did really get a lot of joy out of helping other people. And so I set off on this journey to find myself, figure out who Simmone Park is, what makes me happy, and that often came down to giving back to others. So whether that was building homes for families in need, building schools so kids could get an education, helping to feed people who were going hungry. It was all over the place and many things, but I did recognize that I got a lot of joy from helping others. I think it is kind of, yeah, I think,
Mother Teresa.
Now you see why. Now you see why she's got a huge part of our day.
yeah. So
That's
I love
wonderful.
that you guys are, working with FoodShare and giving back to make sure that kids are being fed. I loved that when I saw that. So I thought it was actually a good alignment. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. 30% of the proceeds, everyone, we're giving to FoodShare Toronto to help with healthy food scarcity in and around the cities in the GTA.
amazing. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to us too, so that's great. What do you feel that the number one problem is in the world?
I would say I feel like there's a lot of pain and suffering that exists in this world, and often it is self-inflicted. And I do believe that hurt people,
Yeah,
So when there's a lot of this trauma and pain and suffering, and people are not willing to go within and try to not resolve it, but to work internally on the trauma and experiences that they've had in their life. I think that results in trying to spread that pain and that suffering out to other people.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I do think there's a light at the end of that, because
What
when
do you think
people,
we can do about it?
I think it really comes down to each individual realizing that they do possess the power to bring themselves out of it. I used to be, looking back at who I was in my 20s and even my teens, I was an extremely negative person. I was extremely confrontational. I literally wanted to start a physical fight with everybody, and I was driven by money and power and material belongings, and I don't even know who that person was, to be honest with you. And I think, you know, for me, it took a quite drastic event, which you guys will hear about at the event. But, you know, sometimes it does take something really life-changing or coming close to death to realize that happiness is a choice. And
Agreed.
no one can walk this path for you. You know, you can get the knowledge, you can get the information. We live in this day and age where the access to the information is everywhere.
It is.
You know?
It really.
There's Google.
Yeah.
Exactly. But taking the action to turn that information into wisdom for yourself, I think, is what is truly important. And I do believe I am the ultimate optimist for humanity. You know, so we see this pain, we see this suffering, but I do see that every individual person has the ability and the power to bring themselves out of it if they're just willing to go through the hard work. Like it is hard work.
Yeah.
But when I look back on my life, you know, anything that I'm really proud of, none of it came easily. You know, I had to put in that hard work. So I keep reminding myself through all of this, you know, I'm certainly not perfect. I'm always trying to be the best version of myself and navigating through all of these things. And I recognize that, yes, it may be painful and it's uncomfortable and it's those crunchy bits that you're just like, oh, I don't want to be here. But I know what's on the flip side of that.
Yeah, it's such a blessing, right? It's just you have to grow through this a bit of suffering or a bit of hard stuff to be on the other side.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So just keeping the eye on the prize that it may be this way now, but it will benefit me so much more if I can just keep going one more step, one more day in the right direction of healing yourself, you know?
Exactly. So with all that you do and all that you are, what do you feel that you want to be remembered for? Like what kind of a legacy do you want to leave?
That's a great question. You know, I used to think in these really grandiose terms of, you know, doing this and that. You know, all I truly want in life is to be happy. And I am hoping that my legacy will be to continue working on myself, to heal myself. And I think that gives other people permission through the avenues that I've chosen, whether it's speaking, whether it's doing comedy. I think comedy is a really powerful platform, actually, which is why I've chosen comedy, because people let their guard down. She's just telling jokes. It's comedy. We're laughing. But that's actually a perfect avenue to disseminate some real truth and hopefully gain some deeper understanding. So I want to continue on this path of using my strengths and speaking and sharing my pain, and hopefully getting people to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because it's been a journey for me to get there, and I know that it's truly possible for everyone. So just leading to healing, and I know that if I can inspire one person to heal, that is a chain reaction.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, agreed.
The ripple effect is
absolutely
amazing.
yeah.
So tell us then, why should everybody come and see you at this event?
Well, I think first of all, the event's going to be amazing. There's a ton of wonderful speakers. It's going to be engaging. It's going to be fun. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to come away with so much. But why should you come to see me? I'm not often in Toronto. So I'm coming back to my hometown, which I love. And I do believe that when it comes to speaking, certain people can really reach certain people. And if any of this has resonated with people, then maybe my story will speak to you and maybe you'll get something from that. I'm hoping that there will be, you know, people that really, really connect and learn something. And I'm just here to help and to share. And if I can help one person in a really meaningful and significant way, then this will have all been worth it for me. So yeah, I think it's just going to be an incredible journey, and I think everybody should just come along for the ride.
So you heard that, folks. She's not in Toronto very often. So now is your opportunity. And we saw one video of Simmone, and she was awesome. And she had impact on us in like a 6-minute video, I think it was.
Yeah.
So
I think you ended up crying for more than 6 minutes.
Well, I didn't cry for that. I'm an empath, you know, I cry a lot. What can I say?
It's healthy.
Yeah, well, you know, just philanthropy, it touches my soul, and hearing the story, which I'm not going to share with you today, because I'm sure that Simmone probably wants to touch on that in her speech. But like I said, if that 6 minutes could have that impact on us, getting her up on our stage for 20 minutes at the Awaken Your Wisdom event on April 27th, is going to impact you. So visit our website, awakenyourwisdomevents.com. You can get your tickets there, or you can go through Eventbrite. Awaken Your Wisdom is the name of the event, of course. We've only said it 5 times in the last minute. And thank you, Simmone. We've had a pleasure having you on, and it was an interesting start. But now you know for the next time. Right?
Again, I'm sorry. I am so sorry about that.
No, it's not you. Oh, we messed up our very own first one.
It's Facebook.
Yeah, our master of ceremonies bailed us out of our very first live event, live interview here. So
nice. Well, we're always learning, right? We're always growing, and yeah. I look forward to this event. Yeah.
Yes, so do we. You've been so accommodating, and we really, from the bottom of our hearts, appreciate that.
Thank you.
We know all the healthy food that are going to get to the children and everyone else in the GTA that doesn't have it right now. That's going to impact them as well. So thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you. So thanks, and
can't wait to talk. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Love from Los Angeles.
Yes. Bye, everyone.